Sophomore outside hitter number 3, Chris Homer. A junior opposite number 6, Tristan.
Good.
Senior middle blocker number 7, Dylan Frawley. A sophomore middle blocker number 9, Joshua.
Good morning, and we are live with Baruch men's volleyball taking on Bard.
Head coach of the Raptors is Adam. Now let's meet the starters for the Bearcats. Outside hitter number 3, Steven Lopez. After middle blocker number 6, Jacob Arashalaru. Freshman center.
Sorry, a little technical difficulty here. Good morning, and we are live with Baruch men's volleyball.
Senior outside hitter number 13, Nick Gokino. Sophomore middle blocker number 17, Benny Boucher. Bearcats, the Barrow is a senior number 1, Riaco Severstides. Head coach is Kevin Edwards, and the assistant is Christy and Monacio. Now let's play ball.
All right, here we go. Saturday, March 30th, Baruch College Bearcats taking on the Bard College Raptors. We've got everything set up in the gym. It is a beautiful day out, and we are inside for some volleyball. Another great matchup coming today. Bard Raptors coming out of the UVA League. As the Baruch Bearcats right now are 14-10 with a 5-1 CUNYAC record. Baruch getting set up. Bard already in their lineup. Head referees are checking everybody in position right now. Manny Misheyev comes onto the court. Kyriakos Semertizidis sitting off. As the lineup starts, Kate comes back in. We're still waiting. Bearcats get first serve. Steven Lopez goes back to serve. Got to hand out the balls first. And now we are set up for some volleyball. Set 1 coming your way right now. Heavy right-handed serve goes into the rafters. This one hits the top. 2-ball in the middle. High ball from Kyriakos. Artem's waiting, goes down the line in between that 5-6 spot. Just takes a little bit off. Follows the shoulder. Just down the line. Great hit by Artem. Lopez goes for another jump serve. This one hits the Raptors again, and the Bearcats get an ace. Lopez goes back for his third serve. Goes down the line at that same front row, outside again. A bump set. A-ball is tipped to Kyriakos. Kyriakos is there. Shoot set out to Godino. And that ball was set just a little low. Godino goes for a nice swing. That one gets blocked. The senior, though, knows that he can go get blocked and call for the ball again. One block is not going to phase Nick Godino. You need more than one block to phase Nick Godino. As look at that. Bearcats get the next point. Ball goes out of bounds with the serve. Many, Godino, and Artem front row. Jake goes back. When the middle is serving for the Bearcats, it is a strong rotation because both their middles can serve and can play defense, which for some teams can be a weak spot with that libero out. As Kyriakos now comes on and Jake goes off, the ref calls the play a touch, so Bard actually gets the point, and the Raptors go back to serve. Float serve going after Godino in the front row. As Godino finds a hand, number 9 picks it up. Down ball back to Baruch. Back set to Artem, and Artem goes cross court. That 2-1 shot. Jump serve, that one goes out. 4-3 is now the score. We had a little miscommunication on what the score would be. Everything's getting solved out here. Baruch goes up 1 point as Bard is playing here, and the Bearcats in this early morning set. Middle ball set to Many, but that ball just hit out of bounds a little bit. As the game's tied 4-4. Baruch has Stallone front row. That means 2 options. So they have Many and Godino as he runs that 3 ball off the net to Many. Many reaching up high. Getting a nice kill. As Godino, the senior, goes back, serving to the outside. Who's back row. And just a little tip from the middle into that setter opposite zone. Artem can't pick it up. Stallone's front row now with Lopez outside. You would want to see a 1 ball, maybe a back 1, shoot it to the outside. Just like that. Lopez goes up, and the 1-on-1 block as Bard comes away with the 6 point as they lead 6-5. Same situation. Artem is now in the D ball. Jump serve, heavy over the net. This time Lopez tips it over. Ball kept alive. Free ball to the Bearcats. Kyriakos calls off everybody. Goes 3 ball to Many. This ball's in the rafters. Bard with some effort. It's an early morning match. You're not hearing too much cheering out of everybody, but Bard with the effort there. Great second attempt by the libero. That one lands out of bounds, but number 8, Galen, just couldn't tell if he wanted to take it. I'm sorry, number 9, Joshua. He ended up touching it. Point goes Bearcats for the ace. That's over on 3. That ball went off the libero into the middle blocker's back and then back to the libero. The libero bumped it over, but it just landed out of bounds. Point Baruch. Many. The jump float. Looks like a little hybrid there with a little bit of a jump serve into it. Too much spin for that jump float. That ball goes into the net. Is number 9 now, Joshua, the sophomore. Out of South Korea. Float serve goes over. Han picks it up as Jacob Marichal Rudin goes for the kill. Out of the middle, 1 ball. The 5th-year senior bringing the hammer. Going directly at the libero. Stallone with a jump serve. That one should have been more like Many's float. That one had a lot of float on it and no spin. Number 2, Skular goes back. Han with the pickup, almost a lift. Artem goes outside, and that ball is tooled off the hands. Was a good setup block, just didn't turn that right hand in enough. As the ball lands out of bounds. That was close to a stuff block there, though. Great swing by Artem. Way to challenge that block. Lopez going back with the serve. Jake with the overkill. Number 6 with the effort, Tristan, the junior. Out of Rhode Island with the effort. Steven Lopez goes back to serve again at the libero. That one's an ace. Hanbin Lee calling out all the options right here for offense. Making sure everything's covered. Steven Lopez goes back at that libero. That's a 3-point pass, a dump set. Shanked into the rafters, but that ball is kept alive by Baruch, but Bard just couldn't handle it. Ball goes down. Bearcats find a way to get that point. Some chaos here early. 13-8, Bearcats lead. Jake with the hammer off the shoulder of a player. That is a dig. You can dig it off any part of your body. Shoulder counts. As Bard calls their first time out, Bearcats lead 14-8. Stay with us. Welcome back, and we are live in set number 1. Steven Lopez to serve. Bard called the timeout, and a great timeout by coach. Lopez goes back and misses. Bard now closes the gap to 5. The Raptors setter Tristan now goes back row, leaving 3 options in the front. Lefty jump serve goes out as both teams trade points. Jacob Marischau-Ruden back to float serve. Nice pass. Combo coming in off the hands. Marischau-Ruden's there though. Godino tried to take a tip off the hands and have it go out of bounds, and it went back into the court. Smart intellectual play, just went back into the court. Godino's always looking at all options. Float serve goes short. Semertizides is there. Out to Godino. And Godino goes into the net that time. Little miscommunication. Float serve goes to Lopez. They call out. It's kept in, though. Better to play it than not know. Nice hustle by Bard coming over to our little station. As Edward comes on and Artem Zinkin comes off. They went on without checking in with the ref. Edward goes back to float serve here. The sophomore setter. Jump float goes over at the libero. Back set, it's tipped as the ball falls off a hand and trickles down. Bard, the Raptors collect their 12th point. 16-12, set number 1. Middle comes back on the court as number 7, Dylan, goes back to serve. Float serve, Kyriakos is there. Many with the kill. Dino, the senior, going back to serve this time. Float serve. Back set. It's kept in place. Stallone's there. Setter's out. So now Edward comes in, and that is the beauty of having 2 setters on the court. Stallone, the main setter, taking hands on that first ball, and Edward taking hands on the second ball. This time Bard going outside. And the Bearcats just caught deep.
Bearcats lead 18-13. Serving is number 10, Jelani Bell-Isaac.
Bard gets the kill. Nice heavy jump serve. Great pass from Kyriakos as Many goes up and over the block with a tip. Now Steven Lopez comes off. Warren goes on. Many back to serve. Misheyev with a nice float serve. Collects his own ball. Could have been a little bit of a better pass, but Warren goes for the hands and collects a kill. Baruch takes a 7-point lead as the Bard head coach calls timeout. Baruch up 20-17 early. Late in set number 1 early in the match. Stay with us. Back in set number 1, Bearcats up 20-13. Middle blocker, the sophomore Many, back to serve. Float goes at the libero. 2-point pass. Middle blocker tips. Edward is there, but he just can't get a full hand on it. Ball falls. Bard grabs another point. Bard. Float serve at Warren. Stallone's there, though, and a double called on the setter. Point goes to Bard. Number 9, Joshua, back to float serve. This one goes deep. He got under that ball a little bit, and it just floated out.
Will serve.
Bard with their center front row right now. Stallone, the jump serve. Nice pass. Warren and Tristan at the net. Now it's Jake. Jake with the hit. That's picked up, though. Bard going outside. Baruch staying alive here.
Killed by number 6, Tristan Kozel.
As the ball goes off the hands, Artem can't get a paw on it. It lands. The ball comes over to the scores table. Hits what looks like is a Starbucks lemonade. And we're on cleanup duty for just a moment.
Match between Misericordia and Bard, and the finale of our tri-match here at Bard Arena today at 3 p.m. is Baruch taking on Misericordia.
Ref gives the signal he's ready, but he's actually signaling for court change. 15 comes on for Bard, Nick Smith. As they are ready, Artem with the swing and goes high off hands. That's a kill. And this is a rotation for the Bearcats that's going to be good, especially for CUNYs. Godino, Artem, and Marija Rudin are all front row. That is a big lineup. Bard coming with an A ball, not working out. Godino going outside, but Tristan there with the shutdown block. Setter now goes back row. That means that's 3 options for Bard in the front. While Baruch has 3 options right now. But that's an ace for Bard. And Godino subs himself out. Shows that there's something wrong with his hand or finger is what we're looking at. Welcome back live. So what we had there is Nicodino subbed himself out for an injury to his hand. We don't know what happened yet, but Steven Lopez came back on. But Steven Lopez had already been subbed out for another player. And volleyball rules say that you can only sub out for one person. So Nicodino had to be subbed out for somebody who hadn't come on the court yet. That person is Evan Tacos, who's the Baruch middle blocker. Cadino is still on the bench. Lopez, the outside, who actually is starting, can only come back on for Warren. And at 22-19, let's see where Coach Kevin Edwards takes this. 22-20, Baruch leads right now. The Bearcats have both starting outsides off the court. We got some chaos going. Free ball sent over to Bard. They've got to play it. High ball pass. It's a high ball set. Down ball is given. Hahn is there. Marischau Rudin keeping it in. Tacos goes with a deep swing. Tristan, the setter opposite, going from a back row attack. Baruch takes the lead 23-20 now. Many comes on the court. Jake goes back to serve. Float serve going over. Baruch has to minimize all of their errors right now. Stallone's there. 3 middles on the court right now for Baruch. Tacos playing outside. Tacos wasn't able to recover that ball at the outside position. Something he has played before, but it's not his specialty. Kyriakos now comes back on. 23-21, the Bearcats lead right now. This is going to be a game of who can make the least amount of mistakes. As they go to Artem, and big Artem with a kill. 24-21. Bard coach making a change right here, slowing down the game a little bit. Edward coming on for Artem back row. Baruch now has 2 setters. Baruch right now has Tacos, who's a middle at outside. Many, who's a middle. Stallone, who's a setter, and Edward, who's a setter. That's 2 setters and 2 middles with Kyriakos and Warren, and the Bearcats find a way to win the game. That just shows you the brilliance of Coach Kevin Edwards and why he's the reigning head coach of the CUNY-AC division. The head coach of the year, changing up the lineup, and the Bearcats figuring out a way to pull that game out. We'll be back in just 2.5 minutes. Stay with us.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game. Change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
Welcome back, and we are live. It is Saturday morning. We are here in Arc Arena with some volleyball. Merjau, Rudin, and many look confused on the court as always. Kyriakos leading them as he comes on. That was a little shout out to the boys. Now that they're on our side of the court, they can hear us a little bit. As I once played with, how many of the guys on the court right here? 5 of the 6 starters, only Stallone. Bard coming in with the jump serve to start and into the net. Bearcats take point number 1. Steven Lopez going back with the jump serve. At the front row outside, that is into the bleachers and lands for a point. Bearcats climb to a 2-point advantage early. Nice jump serve from Lopez, this time an overpass. Ladybug with the smart choice. 2 overpasses in a row. Ladybug with a great decision not to swing. Saw that there were 4 hands going to be right there. Gave his team an option to go swing. Ball got sent back over, and Tacos puts it away. Lopez going at the front row outside, and Evan Tacos. You set him up, I'll knock him down. Number 16. Lopez going for another jump serve. This one kept in play. Kyriakos is there as Merjau Rudin with the hustle. The Bearcats showing some effort here in set number 2.
Baruch 4 and the Raptors 1. And number 1,
Bard gets serve as they trail 4-1 here. Early in set number 2, though. Lopez with a high pass, but it's off the net. Looked like they were still trying to run an in-system offense right there, which is good. They do that a lot at the higher levels, especially off the net. Artem just hits that ball, and it goes out. Float serve at Kyriakos, 3-point pass. All options, and Evan Tacos puts the ball away again. The sophomore is just an offensive weapon. Bearcats move into a taller lineup now with Many, Merjau, Rudin, and Artem in the front row. Tacos, though, has to hit that serve. If he can make those serves consistently in that lineup, that is a huge lineup for the Bearcats to run. Hanbin Lee comes in. Kyriakos stays off. Float serve. Jake plays it. And Artem goes deep. Nice stab by Tristan, but that ball just falls down. They can't get a second touch on it. Great one-handed dig by Tristan, number 6. Artem Zinkin comes off as Edward, the sophomore setter, goes back to serve. Baruch running that 6-2 lineup here. Goes at Joshua. 2 ball sent deep, but Lopez is there. Goes to Stallone, and Stallone, the setter, showing he can do more than just set. Nice kill. Back row set. That ball is tight as number 10 goes under. Those are always a little scary. You don't want to see people going under the net. Edward goes at the front row outside. Middle attack. Hahn's there, though. out to Jake. Jake goes over. Red ball set, and that ball goes into the net. Edward going on the service run here. Float serve, shoots it out to the outside, Josh. And there's some confusion. It looks like Stallone kind of forgot that he was hitting for a second. But Manny and Stallone got to go for that ball so Edward can come in and take the second hands. Bearcats have cleaned up their tips a lot this year. But especially coming into CUNY finals, they're going to have to clean up every single tip if they want to win it this year. That ball is served under the net. Bearcats take the point. Marischal Rudin going back to serve. Look at the focus. Some miscommunication, a free ball to the Bearcats. Here's a present. Many. High swing off the hands. That's a point. One of the best ways to score a point is just hit those hands. Jake going for another float serve. At that outside again and an ace. Jake. Timeout called by Bard. The Bearcats are up 12-4 and rolling. We'll be back in 1 minute. Here we are live in set number 2. Marischal Rudin, the opposite outside middle blocker, getting another great serve. This kid is versatile. The marketing major. Float serve going down the line. Figuring out another creative way to get a point, and Marischal Rudin leading the boys. Float serve goes down the line. Tipped into the net. Bearcats lead 15-4 as they now take an 11-point lead. Float serve. This time a combo attack, but that one was over. He took his, looks like big toe, just barely over that line. If you're a backcourt player, you cannot cross that 10-foot line to swing. And he just stepped on it. And another point on Jake Marischal Rudin's serving run. The second timeout is called. Bearcats lead 17-4. Another timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. An ace lands for Jake. He gives the team the celebratory high five. Marishal Rudin goes back. Looks like his 6th serve. Going after the quick serve attack. Manny throwing his hands up. He knew setter was front row. Especially after the timeout, you got to come in knowing that the setter is in a vulnerable position to dump on you. That over on 2 can be deadly sometimes. As Manny at the net again. A nice shot. Stallone with the outside set, and Lopez puts that ball away, but they call a net. The Bearcats go up 20-4 right now. A lot of this on the service runs of the Bearcats. Stallone with the overpass kill now, 21-4. I've known Jake for 4 years now, and knowing him, he wants to take this game 25-4. He doesn't want to just get a point, and that's another one, 22-4. Racking up the service aces, but then caught in the defensive position of Area 6, something he hasn't played too often. But with Godino out right now, Jake, Hanbin, and Steven Lopez back to pass. Nice 2 3-point pass right there. Lopez goes high hands as the Bearcats recover. It's a great swing by him. Free ball sent over. Outside. Marishal Rudin's there. Out to Pez. And Pez challenging that block. Joshua going back to float. The jump float just doesn't cross the net, though. Bearcats go up 23-6. Manny gets the ace. 24-6. Let's see if they can close it out right here, first attempt. Ace for Manny. That ball lands in. What a great serve. That had some movement on it. The Bearcats close out set number 2, 25-6. Hanbin Lee stepping in with the great passes. Andrew still sideline. We're sending all love to him. Hanbin Lee says hi to the mom. All the family back home. His brother Dubin plays for John Jay. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
In New York City, there is a place for people that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, where if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. A place to learn, train, and play. In that order, the City University of New York Athletic Conference. This is where it all comes together. Find your people, be a part of a team, and don't just play the game. Change the game. Champions aren't born, they're built. The City University of New York. Be exceptional.
Here we are in set number 3. Steven Lopez to start for the Bearcats again. Jump serve. Kyriakos decides to play it outside to Godino. Godino is back. Bump set, Nick Godino kill. Second jump serve coming from Pez. This time he goes to a different side of the court. First time going, area 1. They get the point. Next serve going at the front row outside, area 5. Gets the overpass kill. Switching it up, and now goes area 6, libero. 3 different serves. As Artem keeps it in. Nice dig by the libero for Bard. Just throwing both of his palms out there and getting that ball up. It was a quick reaction by Tristan, but he doubled. Lopez coming in for the 4th serve. Going at the libero this time as Tristan goes for the lefty swing, and he gets blocked by Godino. Godino, the senior, really understanding that the setter is front row right now, and that they got options in the middle and at Josh, the outside. The middle and the setter, there's some confusion as they run into each other. Bearcats take the 5th point. Lopez going for his 6th serve right now. Bomb set. Back row pipe. And there's no touch there as Bard calls timeout as they go down 7-0. We'll be back in a minute. Stay with us. Here we are, set number 3. First match of the tri-match today. Steven Lopez going on a 7-point run right here. Bard looking to stop him as they switch up the lineup a little bit. Stallone sets that ball just a little short. Josh sends over the down ball. Ball goes to Artem. Artem goes off the hands and gets blocked. 6-1. Nice float serve over the net. Artem couldn't just get his hand on the ball. They are going to call an under as Bard takes their second point, 6-2. Ball sent over. D-ball attack from Tristan. Jack of all trades. Actually, that was a... Yeah, D-ball attack. Great swing. Great jump serve over the net, but Nicotino replies. Mishaev comes back in as Tacos goes back to jump serve. This time D-ball attack, but it's back row. Godino challenges the black hole in the middle of the court. Between 15 and number 6, they got a little bit confused. Way to make a play, but someone's got to get a hand on that ball. Tacos goes deep. Libero touches it as Joshua hunts it down but just can't get it. Bard looking for a rotation check. We're looking to see if Bard is out of rotation, and they are good. They are all set up. They were just trying to get a confirmation. Or maybe they were just trying to ice the server a little bit. You never know. Point goes to the Raptors. Number 15, the sophomore, Nick Smith, going back to serve. Float serve. Perfect pass to Stallone, but the ball was a little tight. Just didn't get his feet there. That float serve goes into the net. 10-5, Bearcats lead. Edwards coming in for Artem right here. Edward goes back to serve. Stallone is coming off for Jake. Merja Rudin comes in. Goes front row. Baruch sticking with the 6-2 right now. Looked like the middle and the opposite got in the way of the setter as Bard takes another ace. Edward float serve at the libero. Back row attack. As Godino goes into the net, Bard is feeding Tristan from the back row. Usually you want to set your hitter up around the 9, 8, maybe 7-foot line. Let him really reach into that ball. But a lot of these back row attacks for Tristan right now are coming from the 16, 15, 13-foot line. Even right there, that was 13-foot line. He's 3 feet behind the 10-foot line right now, and he just got a kill. If you put that ball 5 more feet ahead, let him really swing at that, Tristan can set and play back row. This is a versatile volleyball player. As number 7, the middle blocker, drops a short serve. They go back to the 5 spot and get a kill. Bard really stepping up here. This time going at the front row outside. Manny sneaks that ball through. Bard libero, number 12, coming back on, Colin. Godino goes float serve over the net. Back row attack, and once again, Tristan hitting from the 12, 13-foot line. I would love to see the setter right now lead him. Have him really reach out and just jump at that ball. Take a swing. Tristan can play. Nice off the hand swing. Hanbin is there, but many look the wrong way. Great touch from Han. Number 10, Jelani going back to serve. Lopez is there with a 2-point pass. Merjau Rudin, he's dug, but there's some miscommunication between Josh and Skular. That ball falls, and the Bearcats climb closer to the set 3 victory, 14-9 right here. Float serve. 2-ball attack, joust at the net. Tacos comes on top of that. Down ball sent over. Godino's there as Taco replies. Ball hits the floor. There was a net, so Taco was not awarded that kill. As he gets the next kill. You're not going to give me the 1 ball? I'll kill the overpass. 16-9. Bearcats are up right now. Especially with a couple weeks left till CUNY finals. You'd like to see him really step on the pedal here. Ball sent into the rafters. Josh is there, though. Godino with the pickup. Tacos tips over the net. Merjau Rudin going deep 5-6. He saw the gap. Intellectual swing and just goes deep. 80% shot. That's a kill. Manny misses the serve. That one just doesn't go over the net. Especially coming into CUNY finals in the week of CUNY. Both those middles need to hit their serves. The whole entire week of CUNYs is just who can give up the least amount of points for free. Merjau Rudin going off the hands and finding some court. 18-10. Edward coming off the court as Artem comes on. The senior leader, Jake, coming off the court for the freshman Stallone. And what they're doing there is Jake, the hitter, is coming off for a setter. So now the setter's back row. While the setter, Edward, was front row, comes out for a hitter, Artem, front row. So instead of having 2 options when your setter goes front row, if you take your setter out and put a hitter in and put a setter back row, you basically just restart. And that's how you can have 3 hitting options in the front row at all times. And Coach Kevin Edwards likes to run that just for a little bit more offense. As Artem comes in and gets the kill. So instead of Artem there, it really should have been a setter. As now they rotate, and Lopez goes back to serve. And this is exactly where the game started. Setter's out. Kyriakos is there. Coutinho gives the free ball. Lefty swing. Artem picks it up. Bump set. Ball goes out of bounds. There's almost a collision.
19, Ard 12. Serving will be number 6, Kristen
Tristan goes back to serve. Nice pickup by Kyriakos. Stallone is there. Some great effort. Two-ball attack. As it looks like they're going to call a net on the Bearcats. No, they're calling a net on the hitter. Bard netted. Tacos goes back to jump serve, 20-12. He goes at the front row outside. As Godino gives his best effort to keep that ball alive, but he lifts. Back to Artem, and Artem goes deep, area 6. That ball lands in. Marichal, Rudin, and Edward jogging together. Looks like Jake tripped on his own feet. Goes into Edwards. That's okay. Jake's a goofy guy. One of the best people to be around. Just watch out when you're walking next to him. Great group of guys on the Baruch Bearcats volleyball squad, though. Edward going back. Nice serve. Ace. 23-13. As Bard slowing the game down a little bit. Calling a substitution. Edward for another serve. Goes down the line. This one's sent in. There's some hustle. Libero keeps it alive. Sent over. Hanbin with the pancake. Godino hits the Libero deep. Match point Bearcats. Edward going for his third serve. Going at the front row outside. Back row attack to Tristan. Blocked by Many. Bard setting up their guy for the last point. Baruch having their guy Many with a block. What a perfect way to end that set. Bearcats take the 3-0 win. They move on to 15-10, while Bard goes to 2-15. Everyone showing respects to the ref, and just another great volleyball match. If you stay with us, Bard will be taking on Misericordia, the Cougars, who are coming in with an 18-12 record, who are 7-5 in the MAC division. Looks like they're walking in now, and we will be live in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Give us about half an hour, and we'll be here. Go find some snacks, refill your water. We got a tri-match today in Arc Arena. 2 more matches to come. That's minimum 6 sets of volleyball. Great volleyball guaranteed in Arc Arena. Stay with us for the next 2 matches. We'll be here.